Maayong adlaw sa tanan and welcome to another episode of our Be Inspired series where we invite and talk to people whom we can all be inspired because we believe that every person has a story to tell. For this episode, I invited someone whom we all know very well. He is a school administrator, a public speaker, a writer, a teacher trainer, a dynamic leader and achiever, and also someone that I look up to when it comes to managing a school. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the outstanding principal of Passi National High School, Sir Rey Pagayon Deatras PhD. Mayong hapon, sir.
Mayong hapon Sir Reymund and mayong hapon sa tanan ng mga nagapamati sa imong nga programa. Okay? And of course, we are very glad that I'm given the opportunity to be one of your guests in this program.
Yes, sir. The pleasure is all mine. Medyo busy ang life mo, but at least cater mo gid akon nga request. So thank you very much, good sir. So how has life been lately naman, sir? I know medyo masako yaton nga life story this past few weeks and months. So kamusta man?
Well, as school administrator of Passi National High School, I always expect a busy schedule and, life would be different if I am not busy. I consider it as an abnormal life if I am not busy working in the office. And definitely, life, I think, is better than yesterday.
Yes, so I totally agree with that one, sir. Ano, life gets better every day.
Yeah.
Every day is a blessing. Ayan. So how many faculty and staff do you have, sir, at Pasig National High School?
Well, as of this moment, I have 263 teachers and staff. And of course, they comprise different programs. We have the junior high school and the senior high school programs. And of course, I have 15 staff working in the office and maintaining the school. And I have 6,285 enrolled students as of last year.
Wow, 'di ba? So how are you able to manage your teachers? Ay do medyo sa pagkadurog kananda, sir. Ano, how are you able to manage that naman somehow?
Well, definitely, it's not easy to manage a big organization, Sir Reymund, but I think with God's help and with God's wisdom, and of course with the good motive that we are here to inspire people and to assist our teachers, everything goes normally and productively.
Yes, sir. So medyo masako. Ano, but at least you're able to manage, which is parang in my end, kung maglantaw ako do, parang hindi ko ma-imagine nga kaduruhon ka teachers na to mention nga kaduruhon ka mga estudyante kag yung mga challenges mga ginaatubang in your daily undertaking sa school.
Leading an organization like Passi National High School is not an easy task at all. But Sir Reymund, with the help of my teacher leaders, the assistant principals for academics, the two assistant principals for the operations and their department heads, OIC department heads, the subject group heads, I think everything becomes possible.
So what do you do naman to balance work and somehow life or enjoyment?
Well, I believe that it's up for us to manage our time. I always have time for of course for personal enhancement and development, and I have time for the organization. And jokingly, I would say that with the busy schedule, I still have time to work in the gardens and work with my janitors, maintaining a good learning environment at Passi National High School.
Yes, sir. So any tip that you can share to us when it comes to time management?
Well, definitely time is of the essence, and I think you have to be conscious. You have to be particular of time the moment you are a school manager. We see to it that time is properly and productively spent for the development of our learners and for the development of our school and the community. And of course, time is really important because if you do not know how to manage your time, everything will be affected. What we do at Passi National High School, we always program the activities and both in school and community, and everything turned out to be successful, Sir Reymund.
So you have lots of accomplishments already in life, sir. So what accomplishment are you most proud of?
Well, definitely, sir. I think as a teacher and as school administrator, I am very proud to say that I have shared a lot for my to my teachers, to my students and parents. And I usually shared good practices on how to affect learning with our learners, and on how to spend their time productively with their children, assisting us, because I do believe that the parents have a vital role to play in the learning process and in the in educating our youth and our learners. I always emphasize that the first set of teachers are no less than the parents, and the parents must be particular of the development of their children.
Yes, sir. So education talaga. So kinahanglan gid nga mag-work hand in hand yung parents kag yung school and also the community.
Precisely, sir. I think that's it. It would be foolish enough to say that it's only the school who will be doing this very crucial role, but I think this would become a collaborative effort of the parents, of the teachers in school, and of course with the help of our stakeholders.
So how about your typical work weekday, sir? How is it
Well,
like?
would you believe, sir, that I still have ample time to do farming and gardening? I considered, of course, before I had been deeply involved in the graduate program of Guimaras State College and now State University. But after the holding of classes has transferred to the main campus, I simply stopped because of so many concerns in the office. That period spent in educating our teachers, our students in the masteral program, I spent it wisely and productively, meeting with my co-farmers and co-gardeners, and that I think I enjoyed life to the fullest.
Yes, good sir. No kanami at least may mga extra ka man nga ginaobra to chill. I can see nga may mga tanom mo dyan sa likod makita gid nga naga-bloom gid ta na sir malambo.
Thank
Okay.
you, sir. Thank you.
Sige. How about your weekend, sir? What do you do during your weekends naman?
Well, during weekends, I usually go to the farm and maintain that farm relinquished to us by our parents. I enjoyed working with our farm workers, and education, Sir Reymund, does not only limit to school. I even give appropriate lectures and shall we say orientation to our workers. I am bringing my role as a teacher even in the farm.
Education does not limit to school kids, sir, no? Yung
Yes,
edukasyon hindi lang
precisely.
nga sa sulod ka classroom sa sagwa man siya.
Yes, precisely, sir. Precisely.
So let's talk a little about your childhood, sir. So where did you grow up at?
Well, we had been raised in the farm, Sir Reymund. No wonder that I still love farming, because we had been raised by our parents in the farm, and I'm proud to say that my father was a dedicated farmer, and we had been trained facilitating various activities in the farm. We are very proud to tell the whole world that we had been raised in the farm, and we've been educated in the farm at Bagacay Elementary School. We owe much from our elementary teachers. They had taught us the values, and we had been trained to become responsible and responsive members of the community. Seven of us, Raymond, I'm the eldest. To the youngest, we all finished our elementary education at Bagacay Elementary School.
Nice. So what's your best memory, sir, when you recall your elementary years?
Well, I could still recall that despite the distance, we walked almost 2 kilometers away from our residence. But happy to tell the whole world that we haven't been absent in our class because of the distance, because of the hardship that we experience or experiencing. But instead, that hardship, I think, motivated us to dedicate ourselves and to do even better in school, Sir Raymond.
So how about for your high school naman, sir? So where did you study that?
Still, we finished our secondary education at Passi High School, now Passi National High School. All of us finished also in this secondary school. It's a continuation of the hardship that we experienced when we were elementary. Would you believe, Sir Raymond, that we had been, there are times wherein we have to walk from Bagacay to Passi because we're
Wow.
not able to catch up anymore the schedule of the tricycle. You know that at the time the tricycle, I think there were only two
Hmm.
tricycles traveling from Bagacay to Passi, and the very reasons why we usually go to Passi City late in the afternoon, because we used to help our father in the farm during planting season, and we treasured all these sacrifices, Sarima.
Yes, sir. So you studied at Passi National High School. So did it came to your mind nga samtang naga-eskwela ikaw, parang na panumdum mo nga maybe soon mangin principal ikaw dyan or mangin teacher ikaw?
Well, when I was very young, I made my teacher as my inspiration. You know, when I saw Miss Suelo, Marita Suelo, our barangay captain this time, and my former grade 3 and grade 5 teacher, as well as our another teacher that motivated me to take up education was Mr. Elias Pareño, who really served as a model. And I have seen how dedicated they were in giving us their services. They go beyond the limit of time just to inculcate the importance of education to their learners, to their students. I owe much from them because it was their good deeds and good examples so motivated me to get education in college, Sir Raymond.
Yes, sir. So where did you took your tertiary education, sir? And why
Well,
did you choose that course?
of course, I have to admit that right after we graduated from elementary and another year when we graduated from high school, we quitted for 2 years just to prepare ourselves for college. And that we owe much from the former principal of Passi National High School, Mr. Hill Pareñas, and his family, who assisted us because that very moment we experienced drought, meaning no production at all because of almost 2 years drought. Now we experienced that was in 1977-78. But with the help of their family, we were able to continue our studies, and that we proceeded to the former Iloilo School of Arts and Trades until it became a Western Visayas College of Science and Technology, and now Iloilo Science and Technology University. Would you believe, Sir Reymund, that many times we walk from that Lupis Haina Street near Lagrangha to Iloilo School of Arts and Trades venue just to attend our college education. Magasakay lang kami sa Reymund kon mooran kag duro gid ang dara namon. But that I think that almost 3 kilometers had been traversed by us every day just to attend our college education.
Oh, grabe man sir no do ka. Especially siguro karang una daw ay gawat sa rakyan kag medyo tigado ya pangabuhi sa mo very challenging gid mag-eskwela. So I think this time very fortunate gid ya mga bata nga somehow sa college why dot gasto kun mag-eskwela sanda do may gasto man pat at least why do tuition.
Sa lakyan sa Reymund damo, yung problema why gid inupliti because the allowance given to us is too small, and that I think we tried our best to have that for a month, enough na makapauli kami naman sa Pasig.
So after graduating sir sa imong tertiary education, what's next for you?
Well, definitely, God is so good, Sir Reymund, that when I was second year college, I was elected as vice president of the Federation of Kabatang Barangay in the then municipality of Passi, now Passi City. And just siguro mga around 3 to 4 months, in less than 6 months, the late Mr. Roselino Fernandez, our president, resigned, and it paves me to be the president of the federation, no? And until such time, I was re-elected again as municipal federation president. That opportunity, Sir Reymund, I think I'm happy to inform the whole world that very moment we were already given salary, and our salary is 2-3 times better than the salary of a teacher, and that assistance, that salary of mine were spent in helping my brothers, my younger brothers and sister to their education. That simply supports the idea that God provides, that despite the difficulties, I was given the opportunity to be part of the municipal council representing the youth for 6 years. I served from 1981 to 1986 as member of the municipal council representing the youth or the Kabataang Barangay during Marcos time, Sir Raymond.
So that was parang SK before, sir.
Yes,
Wow.
SK now before KB, Kabataang Barangay. Yes. That's why, Sir Raymond, if you notice, my 37 years as working in the Department of Education, plus my 6 years service in the local government of Passi, I think that makes 43 years now in government service as of this year.
Oh, grabe, sir, no? Duro dun yan, agyan mo, kag duro dun yung mga awards mo nga na-receive so far. Duro pa yan maabot, for sure.
That award siguro sa Reymund, these are the product of hard work and dedicated services. And of course, when we work, especially when I was a classroom teacher, I never think of the award, but the award simply given to us at the end of the year because of our performance and dedicated services sa Raymond.
So after graduation mo, sir, nakaubra dayon ikaw or nag-pursue
Actually,
ikaw din?
I was still with the Kabataang Barangay or Municipal Council of Passi. I was immediately, when I had a meeting with the Kabataang Barangay School chapter at Passi National High School. At the time, the school was spearheaded by the late Mrs. Pilar P. Kataloktukan, Palencia Kataloktukan. And right after my meeting, I was called by Ma'am Lalet or Ma'am Pilar Kataluktukan in her office. I thought, I made some violation sa Reymund, but only to know that I was invited to teach at Passi National High School. You know the statement of Ma'am Pilar P. Kataluktukan that moment. Ray, do you like to teach? Of course, ma'am. That's my preparation. She told me again, will you please start on Monday? So, ma'am, how could I start Monday? When I have not submitted my application yet. Submit your application Monday and start teaching Monday. I cannot forget that very statement from the outstanding principal of Passi National High School, the late Ma'am Lalet or Pilar P. Kataloktukan sa Reymund.
Wow, di ba? May mga pa-surprise hits, sir, no?
Yes, and that I think I immediately started. While working as Kabataang Barangay President and member of the council, I worked for almost, I think, 2 years, Reymund, that I haven't received any single cents from Passi National High School. I only serve because that's my passion and at the same time working as member of the council.
Yan, oo. Parang if you really have the passion about something, sir, no, at times malimtan mo do ya time,
Yes,
malimtan mo
yes,
do ya mga monetary compensation and all that because you enjoy what
yes,
you are doing.
yes. Correct, Sir
Mhm.
Raymond.
So how long ka man naging teacher, sir, sa Passi High?
Well, it took me, I think, 10 years, almost 10 years that I had been in the classroom. That's why I understand the various responsibilities of a teacher. You know, when I roam around, I can easily correct the practices of our teachers because I had been in the classroom. And when I was a classroom teacher, I see to it, Sir Raymond, that the classroom is ready in the afternoon, ready for the next morning session.
So after mo, sir, nga mangin teacher sa Passi High, nag-school head dayon ikaw. So sa Passi High man or sa iban nga school?
Well, I was almost 8 years in the service when I was offered a scholarship program, a fellowship program in Australia. I think we were 37 in the whole province of Iloilo who tried to attend the screening, and the screening was facilitated by no less than the director of the Bureau of Non-Formal Education, Dr. Boyser, who went to the regional office to assess our documents and assess and interviewed us, as applicants for the 6 months fellowship program and 3 months scholarship program in Australia. And I don't know, Sir Reymund, would you believe that there were several deans, college
Mhm.
president who participated. And I think that very moment I was a classroom teacher, but
Mhm.
my edge is only I had been adept with the non-formal education program because it's almost 10 years that I had been a non-formal coordinator in Passi City at Passi National High School, and I became a president of the division of Iloilo non-formal education association, or DENFICA in short, that helped me get through and qualified for the 6 month scholarship program or fellowship program in Geelong, Melbourne, Australia. And the beauty of that, Sir Reymund, when I finished that fellowship program in Australia, I was motivated by my school head. That moment it was already Sir Gatongay, the late Mr. Primitivo Gatongay, who motivated me to participate in the ranking of head teacher, and
Mhm.
I was able to get the position, and from that time on, I already work as a department head starting 1998. And of course, I owe much also from Sir Lapating for giving me the trust and confidence to spearhead the Passi National High School as officer in charge of the school for 6 months, and after which I was promoted to Principal 1 at Mulapula National High School.
So when you were in Australia, sir, so you took graduate certificate in education for adult and workplace education. So you were there for 6 months. So what are the things? What are your realization while you are in Australia?
Well, definitely, I could have that comparison, Sir Reymund, that the education system of Australia is far different from ours. No, there I think we do not have the manner of giving tests to their students is not in a form of, let's say, in most cases, the true or false and the enumeration type. In our case, we only given the minor and major assignments. You have to force yourselves to learn uh, on computer, and that moment we were required to get a crash course or a short-term course of let's say 1 month, 2 months before we went to Australia. And that I'm
Mhm.
just happy that I was able to develop that skills and help me get through preparing our minor and major assignments. We were six ceremony in the whole country, and two from the central office representing the central office. Three were from Mindanao, and I am only alone in Visayas region.
Wow, di ba? Anom lang gid gali ka mo, sir, from
Yes,
the
we are only
Philippines, and
six. And I
yeah,
was the lone male fellow who qualified for that
wow.
program, Sir Reymund, and
Mhm.
most of my companion were the supervisors from Maguindanao, then Cotabato, and one of the farthest province in Mindanao also, headed by Superintendent Babon, no? Hilda Babon.
Mhm. So what's your most memorable experience in Australia, sir?
Well, I said, Sir Raymond, it's not easy to be away from your family because that moment I was just 2 year married with your mom Susan, and of course there are lots of trials. I encountered lots of trials, and that the most important is I was able to overcome all these challenges. Not because I am strong and I'm really that best, but because of God's help and for being prayerful.
Yes, sir. So how did you and Ma'am Susan meet? How did
Well,
things start for you?
well, we had been together with the Kabataang Barangay before in the Kabataang Barangay activities. And actually, siguro, Sir Raymond, mapati kang, at first, it was not your mom, Susan, whom I am aiming for. It was her
Haha.
cousin. But unfortunately, that cousin of your mom, Susan, entered,
Mhm.
nagmadre sa. So, why kotliwan? Kaya mo man na si Ma'am Susan nagataratay-tay ka namon, fortunately, siguro we are not meant to each other, and it was your
Mhm.
mom, Susan. Yeah, that's it.
Yes. And knowing Ma'am Susan, sir, you made the right decision man gid. Yeah.
Yes.
Chill lang si Ma'am Susan.
She's a very dedicated teacher, and of course, I'm glad that we have the same profession, and we understand each other's work.
How about the best advice that your parents shared with you, sir?
Well, one thing which I cannot forget with my parents' advice is that to value education. You know, Sir Raymond, considering the economic situations that we have when we were still small, it's really difficult for us to earn college education. But with the help of that family, Mr. and Mrs. Pareñas, and of course with the cooperation extended to us by our parents and our brothers and sisters, all of us were able to finish our college education. We help one another, and we try to assist our younger brothers and sisters in a way that all of us were able to finish our college education.
So you were seven in the family, sir, yung mga siblings mo.
Yeah, and I'm the eldest. Your mom Jen
Mhm.
happens to be the only sister in the family, and the youngest was then Jeffrey. Jeffrey is now working in Laguna.
How about the advice that you give to your son, Sir Repan, sir?
Well, of course, at first, Raymond, I never expect that Sarepan will be able to get education. A few years back when he enrolled at West Visayas State University, of course, we had been so democratic in telling him that he has to choose the course that give him the interest. We were surprised that when he returned from Iloilo, he told us that he is taking education. That's the only time I realized that he appreciate our work as a teacher. And the only advice I told to Repan is that he has to love his work. Teaching is a very noble profession. I think it's the only profession that gives you the opportunity to touch lives and give appropriate advice to your students.
Yes, sir. If you really are passionate about things talaga that you do, somehow every problem has a solution, Gid.
That's why
Oh.
jokingly, Sir Raymond, teaching other than farming and landscaping, teaching is my passion, and I even teach my teacher. I usually told them if I
Mm.
die and if I'd be given the chance to live again for the second time, I
Mhm.
still want to be a teacher, Sir Raymond.
So that's also one thing I guess man sir nga gusto ko man i-learn somehow ang landscaping. Edo ka nami lang nga mag-landscape nga makita mo yung mga tanom kag yung mga kabulakan nga nagapamulak parang daw fulfillment man on your end nga makita mo nga nagapamukadkad mo yung mga pinang tanom.
Sir Raymond, my skills in farming I owe much from my father, from my parents, no. But the skills I got from this landscaping, it's God's given talent. And it all started with simple observation with the former vice mayor of Dueñas, Vice Mayor Kelbet, when he facilitated the landscaping there in our school, and I tried to observe, and in the process I was motivated to do the same, and luckily with the help of my superiors, with Dr. Corazon P. Brown, who gave me the opportunity to landscape her ancestral house there in Asisig, and definitely Asisig or Ansig, I think Asisig, and giving me the opportunity to landscape the division of Antique and the regional office of the Department of Education. That gives me courage that she appreciate my skills and my output, and that it gives me another field of endeavor and happiness, Sir Raymond.
Wow, so abi ko ano lang sir for parang chill lang ya imo nga landscaping but naka-landscaping kadugali sa regional office, sa
Yeah.
division office ka Antique, di ba? Ay ko
Yes,
kadakamaan sir.
correct.
So manan
Yeah.
ko dun nga after mo ka DepEd for sure manglunggayawan ka do sa Panay siguro mang landscaping.
Hope so, Sir Raymond. And in landscaping, Sir Raymond, it's not only a matter that you are earning a little from your skills, but you do it because you love your work. And the moment your work will be appreciated, ang happiness mo, Sir Raymond, is immeasurable.
What are the other countries that you look forward to visiting in the future?
I hope I can visit even mga nearby countries lang, Sir Raymond, like Thailand and Malaysia, Indonesia. They had been known for their mga beautiful sceneries and spots for that matter. Well, if God's would allow us to visit, I think it's nice because just like what I felt when I came from Australia, Sir Raymond, you can compare your country, the development of your country with the country you have visited. And that I think that very moment in 1996 when I returned to the Philippines, I have found out that our country is 20 years backward compared to this Australia, Sir Raymond. But of course, uh, in fairness with our country, I think we have that cultural practices which cannot be found in Australia. One is the family ties that we have, the support of the
Mhm.
family. And there are still many things nga mahambal naton nga it's only in the Philippines. Yeah.
Mhm. Yes, sir. That's also my realization. I guess, like before going abroad, I thought the Philippines is already a progressive country and all that. But when I traveled abroad, I discovered nga, like what you mentioned, sir, 20 years back pa kita
Yes,
or
yes,
10 years back
Reymund.
pa kita. Nga duro
Yes.
pagali dapat
Turo pa.
naton nga iobrahon sa Pilipinas para mangin progressive kita.
Yes,
And then
yes.
another realization, I guess, is that you begin to somehow appreciate your country when you're abroad and you begin to appreciate the things that we have here. How about you, sir?
Yeah.
What's your realization when you traveled abroad? Or
Well, my realization when I travel abroad is that it gives me a very good opportunity to learn the culture of other countries. It's also a challenge on our part on how to make adjustment, no? Because it's not easy at all to work with the with other nationalities. But I think we have, although we have commonalities, that is our aim to educate ourselves, to harness ourselves, that allow us to make a thorough adjustment with our fellows and with our co-students, or when we attended our classes at Deakin University at Geelong, Australia.
so you've been a teacher for about 8 to 10 years. So what's like your most memorable moment as a classroom teacher, sir?
Well, I am a bit nostalgic when I recall my experience as a teacher, because of course my former classroom is just a stone throw away from the administration office, and I could still recall how I inculcated the different values to my students. I am happy that when we met, they cannot forget the many good things that I introduced to them when I was a classroom. I think one is that it's all about the basic things about drawing, and of course about I am a industrial arts major teacher, and that I think I have shared a lot of skills to our students. I'm happy to hear that when we met a decade after, or 10 years after, or 20 years after, they appreciated what I have inculcated in them when they were under my tutelage, Sir Raymond.
Yes, sir. I think that what makes us fulfilled or happy as a teacher, no? Though at times, I
Yes.
guess, nalimtan mo doon yung nagkaratabo karang una, pa yung mga estudyante mo, parang fresh pa sa mind, nandang hamod sa'yo natabo
Well,
kang class.
the very challenging moment as a teacher, Sir Raymond, I think it was a test of my being a teacher, on how I would stood up courageously as a teacher. When one of my students told me that he really loves me, that was a very crucial moment on how I would react on the situation. That moment gives me the opportunity to stand as a teacher, and I would never be persuaded by that gesture of my students.
How long have you been a school leader naman, sir?
Well, this is my 22nd year now, Sir Reymund. 2 years and 3 months at Mulapula National High School, and this is my 21st year now at Passi National High School. Actually, I transferred 2003 at Passi National High School from Mulapula, and now it's already 2023. So it's nearing 21 years now, Sir Raymond.
So what's your most memorable moment as a school leader, or what makes you fulfilled or happy as a school leader?
Well, the degree probably is quite higher than when you are a classroom teacher. More challenges await you the moment you become a school leader. And of course, being a school leader, ceremony is not only a privilege to receive higher salary, higher privileges, or better privileges, but it would mean responsibility. No? Promotion would mean it would not only mean privileges but responsibility. To think of it, Sir Raymond, to lead and manage hundreds of people under your care, I think is not an easy task at all. Of course, I have met several challenges, very crucial challenges, but happy to tell you that with God's help, I was able to surmount it, and with the help of my family, with the support of my family, I was able to surmount it. And of course, with the support of the organization where I am working with. I owe much from Passi National High School, Sir Reymund, when I met that very crucial problem. They have supported me through and through. It gives me all the reasons to put all my effort to help this organization.
So how about any advice that you would want to share to beginning teachers or to new teachers or those students who would want to be teachers in the future?
Well, I would say that for those who have the opportunity to take up education, do it, because your fulfillment, no, your satisfaction is incomparable to other profession. And to think of it that be an engineer, a priest, a lawyer, whatsoever, they are all under the tutelage of a teacher. I would suggest that the moment you become a teacher, you have to give yourself. You have to give out yourself. Meaning, do not simply work because of the salary. Do not simply work because you're aiming for promotion, but you work because you love your students. You love your learners, and that you want to be part of their growth and development, Sir Reymund. And the happiest moment I've received as a teacher when several students of mine returned to Passi National High School, extending their thanks to me, Sir Reymund, for the skills that I have shared to them, and that skills helped me get through until they finish their college education. And I think that is the happiest moment, I should say, of a teacher, when your students would return and say, "Sir, thank you so much for the learnings I've got from you." And I think that learning of mine coming that the learnings I've got from you brought me to the peak of my performances.
Yes, sir, I agree with that. That at times ganing gisagapanaw ka sa gaysano, gulpiada lang, may mabugno kanimo kasi hindi mo do makilala kung sino ganing to. But I think daa nga mga moment somehow gina-treasure gid ka mga teachers nga at least
Yes,
gina-appreciate ka, gina-remember gid kita ka aton nga mga
precisely.
students. Yeah, I guess we all have our own definition of success. But in your case, sir, how would you define success?
Well, when we talk of success, the definition of success is definitely depending on how you would experience it. But when we talk of success, Sir Reymund, I think the most important is success can be considered your accomplishment in life, not only for yourself fulfillment, but in helping other people. Your success become an instrument in the success of your learners, the success of your co-workers or co-teachers. And that success would really mean fulfillment of your dreams, meaning it's an attainment of your dreams. That fulfillment could be of great help to other people, sorry.
So how about what makes Sir Deatras happy?
Well, I'm a person, Sir Reymund, nga mababa lang ang kaligayahan, no? That's why I am thanking God that I have just, ano ba lang mababang kaligayahan ko, Sir Reymund. Looking at the school accomplishment, looking at the output of my teachers, the output of my staff, the output of my janitors. I always been working with my janitors and guards, Sir Reymund. They feel that I am with them and I always support them because after all, singko, ang point ko, Sir Reymund, nga nintindihan ta ko because ako mismo nagaobra. Mabudlay, Sir Reymund. Ang point ko, no, the moment you lead, I think you must be able to experience hardship and difficulties because by experiencing difficulties and hardship, definitely you'll be able to understand your people. I have several a good ideas here to share, Sir Reymund. This is I always shared thought for the day to my teachers and my coworkers. This is about being humble. It says, Sir Reymund, being humble means recognizing that we are not on earth to see how important we can become, but to see how much difference we can make in the lives of others. I repeat, being humble means recognizing that we are not on earth to see how important we can become, but to see how much difference we can make in the lives of other people.
So what's one thing that you want to accomplish in the coming years before mangin full-time ikaw, sir, nga landscape artist?
Well, I still believe, Sir Raymond, that God knows what is best for us, and that I've been praying of my plan in for my for my future endeavors, meaning after retirement, and that I usually prayed so hard that God would allow me to enjoy life with my family. I'd been in the service for 43 years, and I want to exit while I'm still able and would be able to spend my productive years with my family and loved ones, classmates and colleagues, Zeremon.
How about what are you looking forward to doing after DepEd?
Well, only God knows about it, Sir Raymond. No? Siguro one good thing which I would like to share. In most cases, I neglected my responsibilities on church because of the various work that we have in school and in the community. Siguro isa Sir Raymond is that I would be active in my in the church and to do some voluntary services to the church in order to help our church also, Sir Raymond.
So I think last question from me, sir. What's your motto or guiding principle in life?
Very simple lang, Sir Raymond. No, I'd been sharing this motto, and I think I am always guided by this motto, that no obstacle is insurmountable if you have strong desire and determination to succeed. Never retreat nor surrender. I repeat, no obstacle is insurmountable if you have strong desire and determination to succeed. Never retreat nor surrender. Okay? And of course, another principle, Sir Raymond, that I've been an advocate for this, which says that what one does for himself dies with him, and what one does for the community lives even if he is gone. All right. So I repeat that what one does for himself dies with him, and what one does for his community lives even is gone.
Yes, that's so true, sir. Like there's a saying na nabasahan ko one time, like they say people will not remember how many cars you have, how big is your
Precisely.
house, but they will remember how you made them feel and how you value them.
Precisely, Sir Raymond. Correct, correct. Sir Raymond, I think I would like to take this opportunity to extend my warmest thanks to you for giving me this break to be heard and to be viewed in your program, on your program. This is also an opportunity for me to communicate with my long lost friends and classmates and relatives in other places. I am so much indebted to your invitation and to your program. Thank you so much, Sir Raymond. Sharing my life experiences as a student, as a teacher, and a school administrator, and as a family man, I think, Sir Raymond, could also inspire other people that no obstacle is insurmountable if you have strong desire and determination to succeed. Everything becomes possible with God's help and with your determination and hard work to attain your goal in life.
The pleasure is all mine, sir. Parang buhay ko doon gusto ikaw i-invite. Pa doon nahuya pa ako, it very light. Yan ba ko sir, di atras nga daan, di ba do, hindi, feeling ko doon hindi pa ako ready. But thank you very much for spending your time with us today nga ma-share ko man ni imong story because I know you inspire a lot of students, a lot of teachers. You also inspire me as a teacher nga medyo bago pa lang sa service. So I know I still have a lot of things to learn. And when it comes to school leadership and all that, you're the one that I look up to.
Sir Raymond, I think finally I just would like to encourage and challenge our students who are economically deprived or economically unstable to find means to finish their college education, because I think the situation now is far different, better than what we had in the past. Now the government is supporting our basic education up to college. We have all the reasons to finish our college education. And the moment you are already in a particular school, never stop learning, Sir Raymond. I am an advocate of lifelong learning, that learning never stops. It starts from womb to tomb. If you are a learner, I think that would make things easier and better, Sir Reymund.
Yes, sir. Never retreat, never surrender. Amo gid parang nadumduman ko gid nga take away from you today, sir. So last one, sir, base may panamyaw ikaw sa kahanginan.
Well, I just would like to greet all my students, my former students at Passi National High School, my students, my graduate students when we were still under the Guimara State College or JSC, and my classmates in high school at Passi National High School, my classmates at former Iloilo School of Arts and Trades, Western Visayas College of Science and Technology, and of course, the Iloilo Science and Technology University now. I just would like to say hello, and I hope we can still have the opportunity to meet and enjoy life to the fullest, and to reminisce our past and the happy moments we shared when we were still young and we were still in high school or college days. We would like also to pray that all these students who have the desire to finish their college educations be given the opportunity and be assisted by the Lord, so that they would be also able to lead our learning institutions and our government in the future, Sir Raymond.
Yes, sir. So once again, madamo gid nga salamat and enjoy the rest of your day, sir.
All right. Thank you very
Salamat.
much. Good day and God bless everyone.